Welcome back to the Manor. Julian McBain here, and we are back with Fallout New Vegas. Alright, so we got a whole bunch of new quests from the disembodied brains and the think tank. First off, let's take a look at our inventory. Yeah, we're full. So let's empty it.
Might I be of service, sir?
First to the inventory management, which I probably should have done before I started, but I wasn't thinking of it. To be honest, I rarely ever do. Oh my. Okay, that's not going to work, is it? I have apparently run the shop out of caps. So instead we'll dump it all in here. I don't really use grenades in this one because they're so different. You have to keep swapping them out. I just don't find it worthwhile. Get rid of those. With all that blood sausage, I'm gonna dump some of the extra stuff in here. And we got a whole bunch of thin red paste too because we took the perk, which is aces. I honestly don't even know what turbo does. Does anyone know what turbo does? Hey Newt, hey cat. Those don't weigh anything. Okay, what else do we have on us? Plenty of caps. Cups can go. Oh yeah, we picked up a couple empty bottles because we can fill them with water, except we don't need them right now. There's a good chunk of weight. Good lord. Okay. There we go. So, where we're going to start, now that the inventory management is over, sorry about that, is just like it says in the title, we are going to start with the brain's best friend. I think this is the event at Higg's Village that I remember. So we have to try to find any trace of Gabe at Higg's Village, which probably would have been more appropriate before we shot Gabe. But that's okay. This game is not necessarily meant to always be played in exact order. So we're just going to run with it. And let's get some drink on here. Purified. So yeah, as we're getting to where we need to go, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Manor. Please take a moment and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. Also, please consider going to patreon.com/JulianMcBain if you want to support my work. If you do, you'll get copies of the Modern Entropian and Personal Finance for Gamers for becoming a member. Thank you for your support. Hey, Kenrick. It was good new. My Thanksgiving was great. I hope your Thanksgiving was good as well. I don't remember where. I think it's Boros. Oh, look at that. Take the money. And the coffee cup. Gotta keep feeding Muggy. Random ass Nuka-Cola just on the ground. Not gonna complain, but what? Because I don't use grenades doesn't mean I don't collect them. And the fission battery. Alright. I thought I saw a doghouse, a rather enormous doghouse back here, if I remember correctly. And I think if we find it, we're going to find that so-called trace of Gabe that we need to look for. There it is. Oh, we gotta return Gabe's bowl to Dr. Boros. So maybe I was wrong? Maybe it's not even a thing. Maybe I'm just, like, remembering wrong. For some reason, I could have sworn that Higg's Village was a place where a thing happened. Oh, that reminds me. This, I did not forget. Why would I leave such treasure a second time? Or actually a third, I think, in this case. How many times have we been here? Damn it. I can't even remember along which wall the friggin' exit is. I think it's this one. Yep. There it is. Okay, so we have proof of Gabe. Hey, Jay.
What terrors does Higg Mountain hold for the intrepid seeker? Really? Does anyone know?
I hope it doesn't hurt too bad. We don't have any medics.
You know, now that you say that, what is Dala? Which one is Dala's residence? Because I've been through all of these. You know what? I'm not... No, we're not doing this. I'm not searching for Dala's residence. And I know Roy well enough to know that that's bait. We've already been through every house here, so I'm not going to concern myself over it. Oh, hi. Really? I can't believe I missed that.
Bad guys dealt with.
Boot to the head. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Bethesda, for restoring my faith in the way that your games work.
Over.
I mean, truly. Is there anything more Skyrim than that image? Boy. You can tell they're on the same engine. Which is actually the case. Skyrim and both Fallout 3 and New Vegas are all on the Havoc engine. Which, as far as engines go, at the time were fantastic. And as far as overall, or in retrospect, are not as good as we thought they were. Okay, so what's the next quest? I don't want to go back quite yet. Actually, you know what? No, I do. I want to complete this one first, before we end up finding out that there's more to it, because I don't like having disparate plot points. But I don't remember if this is simply a one and done, or if they send me back again. Oh, she has all the teddy bears. Okay. Well, I have no one to trade teddy bears to for Jet. I think that's Boros there, isn't it? Oh, that's Klein.
I can hear your penis-tipped feet tromping around.
I don't even want to think about that. Here it is.
Lobotomite returns. What insidious plan can it have brewing in its horrid mind? What commie anti-American propaganda will it spew?
Is this Gabe's bowl? Your dog from X8?
What? Why, yes, it is. I used to leave it outside his doghouse, chock full of chems, before the cybernetic modifications, of course. And no matter how chemmed the food, he would always eat it, and his tail would wag, even while you know, I'm having the most perplexing feeling squiggling through my biogel. I can't quite pin it down.
Like the fact that you are an awful person? Sounds like Gabe really loved you.
Why, yes, Gabe. No matter how awful my day had been, he was always waiting there. How odd. My gel is decoagulating. And when I would talk to him about Betsy, and how Marcus would beat on me and call me Smarty Sissy Pats, he'd just sit there, head on my knee, and...
Oh, is that regret?
If you don't mind, I'll take that bowl. Just need to remove it. Put it away, somewhere out of radar range. For some reason, its similarity to the crater shape of Big Mountain is starting to fill up all available cognitive spaces. That, combined with my own overwhelming feeling of having done something terrible, the two were hitting me with unexpected force.
No shit. It sounds like to me like you hurt someone you loved very much.
As odd as it is, I believe that is the conclusion. And I wonder why it didn't hit me before. Until I saw that memory in your hands. This sensation is unpleasant. I don't care for it. I don't care for this place either. And I feel as if we've forgotten something.
Your humanity?
Still, it is no matter. Crush the feeling down. Crush it down. Push it into the loop. Yes, forgotten. Almost. Yes? I do not need to remember anymore. Not today.
Okay. We've spoken
Until
enough.
next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us.
I think that right there really encapsulates just what kind of horrible people these brains are. Okay, so what is our next quest? Coming out of her shell is next. World map. Get to the bottom of Dahla's biological fascination. Wait. Oh, we actually have to talk to her for this. This could be interesting. Oh, but you know what? I think I need more perception, which is going to be what we do next. So, he came and went. That's what we'll do. Dr. Klein.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
I heard one of the previous visitors to the dome spoke to you, asked you some questions.
Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me. Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left with some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh, well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
Okay. That was it?
Yes, a most good buy.
Okay. Term length code.
You're my best friend forever.
I wanted to ask you some Blink questions. Oh. I don't have the science to do that. Okay. I got the emitter fully upgraded. You know, from what it... I'm happy too. I can't wait. I can't let this thing gather dust. Are you okay? You look really happy. You should be proud. It's a nice device. I'm pretty sure that this all actually means something. Oh, cool. Oh, thanks. Don't want it to run out. So, okay, I need higher abilities for this. So, I have to be able to talk to them to get those done. I suppose we can get the rest of the field research taken care of. There's only the one, but it's in the Forbidden Zone. I don't want to accidentally wrap this all up, so let's talk to Boros. Or Klein, rather.
Did you retrieve the technologies
Yes,
yet?
yes.
We need them, as I have indicated.
Doesn't make you less of a jerk. I've recovered all the technological information.
What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful.
Do these technologies have the information you need?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Your answer isn't filling me with confidence.
No. I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know?
I kind of like this one. I'm going to advance my boot into your voice module if you don't give me some solid data. Why did you have me get them if you don't even know how they would help?
I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes. So let me, a bit. I'll figure it out.
So we can science this, or we can sneak this. I'm going to science this. Look, the antenna focuses brainwave patterns, right?
Yes, that's what I believe I said.
And the suit's cardiac regulator, and the sonic frequency a spinal vibrator.
I've got it. The cardiac regulator in the suit, the antenna for brain waves, and the sonic frequency for the vertebral nerves.
Yes?
I'm thinking. This is all very complicated. Let me check something. Of course. I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his.
Oh. And I don't have what I need to complete this. That sucks. So I go after him then?
The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
Have I mentioned how much I love these guys? I love these guys. I love these guys so much. I feel like they're the best thing that ever happened to me. Just like the big ass hole in my head. No, before I do that, it occurs to me. Yeah, this uses E-cells, so we're not going to convert all of our E-cells.
I spent 6 hours trying to reach a coffee cup on the shelf. When I finally got it down, I was so happy. I cried. I hate my life.
Oh, Muggy, I'm so sorry. I do find that rather hilarious, though. Good enough for government work. I do feel bad for Muggy.
Ready, steady, fighting.
I wish I had a sprint function. Hooray, hooray. Back up.
Bad guys dealt with.
Woot! 29, which I don't think is a perk one. Which doesn't matter, because I think we're pretty much SOL on that anyway. Okay, we really have to start thinking about going forward. I'm gonna max out speech. Solid sneak. Energy weapons is already in the 3rd category. Barter's okay. Medicine. Okay, kids, it's officially time to go to the Forbidden Zone.
Uh-oh.
You're no match for science. Oh, my minions.
Casting stim pack.
In the name of all that is Mobius Scorpion, attack minion. Sting
Please
them
take
in the
this.
name of
I don't want you to die.
Mobius.
Okay, before she goes through all of my stim packs, part of this is my fault for making the mistake of dropping right on top of the entrance, when obviously that was a dumb idea. Oh Christ. Blood sausage. Melee hacker perk. That's awesome. Of course.
Attack!
So now we're gonna have to port back just to, ow, get limbs fixed. That kind of bites, actually.
Fighting over.
Hopefully they don't respawn, because if they respawn, that's going to be kind of frustrating. Auto dock.
You require some additional services?
I'd like to engage your
Rightly
services.
so, I should think. All right then, let me just fire up the old interface for you.
Basic physical exam. So, Kat, and I meant
You
to address
require
this
some
earlier, is that
additional
oh my
services?
that hurts talking about the whole Gabe thing, because that one always that one never sat well with me.
Rightly so,
What do we have for implants here? That's right, the improved Cazador damage, speed. Maybe later, but with a finite number of caps to work with here, I don't think so. Hopefully all those Scorps don't respawn. Okay, no, they were fixed. Well, you don't think I'm going to let all of this just go to waste, do you? Of course we're going to scav the bodies.
Ready, steady, fighty.
Come get me, you mechanical bastard.
Solid.
I literally am. Probably because with all of these implants and, you know, my body parts removed, I am more science than you are. You am? I am more science than you am.
Uh-oh.
Why are they back? They respawn.
Escape me, oh my minion. Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius. Ow.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Yes, I can be aggressive, like a cyber Viking. well, this isn't looking fun. Ow. Oh, that sucks. Okay. I'm not saying I didn't deserve it. And I'm not saying that's not a natural consequence of what I just did. What I am saying is that kind of sucked. Ow. Okay. Ow. Not entirely sure I'm supposed to win this. No, 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 no. Thank you. Okay. Okay, okay. So, this is definitely not what we'd call a tank and spank. Ow. Apparently my rads are up. That was easy.
An intruder is here. I am certain of it. X-42, attack!
Ow, motherfucker. Oh wow, my rads are really up. Let's take a Rad-X. My only Rad-X.
Pitiful. Pitiful.
Come on. I don't even know if I'm hitting him.
An intruder.
This thing doesn't do a lot of damage to him. He can't detect me.
An intruder is here. I am certain of it.
The stealth suit.
Looking for a weak spot? There are no weak spots.
This probably isn't the most efficient way to do this, but you know what? At this point, I don't care.
An intruder is here. I am certain of it. You'll never disable me from the monitors around the room.
Got him. Time to confront all that is Mobius. Whoa! Look at all this stuff. I am over encumbered, you think? That'll help. Still over encumbered. Okay, let's go to weapons. You got the lair, but that's not going to do anything. Rack. How's my health? My health is good. What did I end up getting that was so bleeding heavy? I still have all these HEPA cartridges. Okay, is there anything here we can just get rid of and not need? I'm 13 pounds overweight. Oi. Off the dirty water. 11 fission back. This is 66 pounds. We'll come back for them later if we can. I think that's where we're headed. No, not the lair. I love how on this side there isn't anything. I don't really need the camera. Plenty of stuff that I can use, but I can always come after it later. One thing I do remember about this area is that the, I'm guessing I was supposed to fight it from up here, with all the ammo that's just, like, strewn everywhere. Oh. You found a recalibration file for the Sonic emitter ticket to the jukebox. Okay. This looks familiar. Brain tank. Dr. Mobius, I do presume.
Huh? Oh, hello there. You are there,
Oh my
aren't you?
god.
Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Oh, Jesus, poor Mobius. Hey, Bob, good to see you. Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat?
Thanks.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though. Especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
You don't say. You aren't exactly what I was expecting.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
Why did you steal my brain?
Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. Anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition.
Why is that a problem?
I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh well.
Yes, there is a flaming dumpster Christmas ornament that you can order off of Etsy. Just look it up. It runs for like almost $30, and I think I need one in my life. I was curious about some things.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Oh, maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
Can you tell me about your Robo-Scorpion? Oh, you don't seem aggressive. Why oh no, let's talk about the Robo-Scorpions.
Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
I'm curious about some things.
I find things curious as well. Go on.
You don't seem aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I
Oh my
said
God.
that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
Sounds like you built the Robo-Scorpions that issued threats to keep the think tank occupied?
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, science? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the reasons better than I do.
Everything you've told me doesn't add up. Your plan, even your name, Mobius.
Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I. Although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
You reprogrammed their names as part of a recursion loop? What, to trap the processors?
Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
A recursion loop is designed to prevent the flow of information, so...
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan C's in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. Probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan B's in case the A's fail.
Klein, Mobius, O's a circle, 8's an infinity symbol. They're all loops, I get it.
Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far.
So Mobius
And
is...
the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quiet professional.
So... Wow. Mobius is basically the architect of this whole situation. I had forgotten this. Minor detail, but a snake devouring its own tail is Ouroboros, not Ouroboros.
Really? It is so unlike me to make an error in anything I do.
Really? If you lobotomize the think tank, why terrorize them?
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host.
But there must have been other signs of a larger world.
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micro-magnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
The bullet. It was the bullet. Doc Mitchell tried to patch me up, but...
Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the auto dock in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem. and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial cells into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation...
they're free to rain terror. So if I don't get my brain back in my head, I can't leave ever. Client said they got the idea... They had the idea to get the 3 technologies after your broadcast. Coincidence?
I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth. My threat broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly.
What's the purpose of the technologies?
The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit? Why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic sound wave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer. In short, brains, a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things.
Oh my god!
They had them all the time in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. And it won't stop the think tank either.
Oh my god. It's the Wizard of Oz! Son of a bitch. Was there any other data transmitted in your threat broadcast?
Yes, my overly aggressive cammed up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them.
That is true.
You're really quite difficult to ignore, you know. It's because you're, well, rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so.
But the think tank downloaded the schematics, not the items. They can rebuild them.
Oh, that means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate. Oh well, at least I tried.
Just curious about some things.
Yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity, aren't you?
A little bit. I hate to do it. I'm here to kill you.
Oh, intriguing. I've never been killed before. Although, after that time I got that phlegmy discharge in my biogel, I wished I had been. Well, if there's going to be killing, I defer to your expertise in this matter. How should we begin? Engineering viruses, cancerratic beams, atomics, electrocutioning? Or should I summon my minions? Yes, my minions.
What minions?
Whoa, have they not constructed themselves yet? That's a bit premature of me. The Robo-Scorpions, of course. They can assemble themselves from floor panels and parts scattered about. Quite inventive. Never really know when they might suddenly appear. Minions, destroy this intruder! Or perhaps make it more dramatic. Minions, to me! Oh yes, that's quite a bit better.
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
Oh dear. See, I don't remember having to kill him. And that really kind of disappoints me. One down.
Does that feel better?
Thank you.
Please take this. I don't want you to die.
I attack you. Oh yes, attack you.
I don't remember killing Mobius the last time I played this.
We haven't seen anybody in a while. Maybe the monsters have stealth suits too. That's all.
I feel kind of bad. Like, seriously. Not gonna lie, I don't feel good about that one. Sorry, Mobius. I actually like Hey, freaking Rican, mine was good. How about you?
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
I'm concerned. Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
I was about to say the same thing. My brain's a dick.
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
But you're the source of most of those glands, unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
I admit it, you're just as glandular as I am. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. God damn it. Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you were happy to be back. You'd be happy to be back in my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
What about the good things?
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. oozing hormones.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
So we're at an impasse. You can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way you think.
Indeed. Quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't completely separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
So what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
They promised to put us back together.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
You're a part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
If the think tank won't hold up their end of the bargain, we'll make them. Let's go.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Clyde will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
I have my brain. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So Mobius is dead, which was not my... Well, I guess it was my original plan, but I didn't think that's how this ended. It's been so long. I could have sworn that Mobius survived, but maybe I just didn't have the skills to keep him alive. Maybe if I'd been able to fix his other eye, it would have been different. Which is a sad panda moment, but they happen. So, okay. What we're going to do here is I'm going to take a $5, and then when I come back, we're going to see what we can do about the think tank. So, everyone grab a drink. Pumpkin pie? No, apple pie. Okay, we're back. See what we can do about the think tank. Oh, what's this? Oh. Which unfortunately means we probably aren't going to be able to finish the other ones, but that's life. Maybe there's an alternative way to make sure they don't die. Because this is one I do remember. We have to confront the think tank.
You require some additional services? All right, let's go, I should think. All right, then. Let me just fire up the old interface for you.
I bet I inhaled my scotch that time. Place my heart back in my chest. Cardiac arrest perk. Your heart is back in your body, but some advanced technologies remain. You are less resistant to poison, and robots are only somewhat confused by you. But on the bright side, your healing items are twice as effective.
You require some additional services?
All
right.
Okay. Reattach my spine. Lost spineless. Your torso can now be crippled again, but your strength and damage threshold have bonuses doubled. Okay. Whoops, that wasn't the one I wanted. Dr. Klein awaits. Make sure you're prepared to finish this once and for all. Oh, and they all know it too.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
I found my brain. Now you and I are going to settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
I'm not handing my brain over. There are some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
Oh, that would be fun, but no. Maybe you should confer with your colleagues first.
Nonsense. Confer, colleagues. Those are two words I do not recognize.
Dr. Klein, please. Let's see what its insides look like. Finally.
Fine. Are you sure we've calculated all the combat probabilities here? I mean, the lobotomite confronted Mobius. Plus, you know, we haven't had a COMBAT drill in forever. I don't think we could form a tactical attack triangle if we wanted to.
Releasing the WOMBAT was not my plan, so get off my voice box.
Silencing opinionators.
If I may, I feel as if I must be the voice of reason here. This lobotomite is much like us. Regarding even animals and pets is nothing more than avenues to promote science. There is good here. Instead of ending its life on the table, we should prolong its suffering in the name of science. Like good old Gabe, the finest of lab specimens.
Why am I even listening to you fools? The Determinators are greater than the Hesitators, so Hesitators, be quiet. We are bigger, smarter, and floatier than you, lobotomites.
Fuck.
We don't wish to fight you, so surrender your brain, now.
You may have noticed the pacification field is down. Guess what happens now?
A fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Ah! Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack!
This one looks pretty tough.
Welcome to the
I
conversation.
will unleash the infinite soft lock attacks.
I've gained the abominable perk. Okay.
I don't even know what my weapons do.
Level 30. Okay. So speech is maxed out. We could dump a bunch into melee. Yeah, we're gonna be doing more melee, I think. And then... I love Apple Crisp. Yes, thank you, Roy. Smash the like button, please, everyone. So what have we got going on here? Hang on. Lessons learned. More experience that makes it leveling faster. Voracious Elite Reader. Spray and pray. Your attacks do much less damage to companions. No. Island Air Shoes. Oh, that's right. The squeezins. No. I'm not ready to go for Explorer yet. Okay, Walker could be useful. The addiction resistance could be useful. Chems that last twice as long. Alertness, you've warned to keep your senses alert to any danger. When crouched and not moving, you get a +2 to... No. No. This could be useful. I've never used Nerd Rage, but that could be useful. Oh, you know what we were going to do? Oh, no, it doesn't matter now, because she's dead. Cowboy. Let's go Commando. We're gonna loot everyone. I kind of feel bad. Like, none of them actually knew what they were doing. They'd all gone insane. How many pounds of crap am I trying? Shit. Jay. Family friendly, please.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
The Forbidden Zone continued to be, true to its name, forbidden. No more robo-scorpions were sighted in its canyons. Big Mountain became even emptier, devoid of Dr. Mobius's proclamations forecasting the destruction of anything that dared possess sentience. Still, it is said he lived on in the equations inscribed on the floor and walls of the Forbidden Zone dome. A cobweb tracery of symbols that told of 1,000 brilliant thoughts, now lost to time.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute
Oh my
continued
God.
to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub.
Oh my God.
Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higg's village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who wasn't asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eye old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches.
I don't even want to think about that.
Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand.
I'm not going to think too much about that.
So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
That's right. That means we get to go back whenever we want. Your brain is back in your body, but with some of the advanced technologies remain. Your head still cannot be crippled, but you are only 10% more resistant to addiction now. Surprisingly, your damage threshold has improved by 10%. You've acquired the Big Mountain Transportal Ponder. It's capable of transporting you and you alone between the Mojave Wasteland and Big Mountain. To return to the Mojave or go back to Big Mountain from the Mojave, simply equip the Transportal Ponder as you would any weapon, pull the trigger, and away you'll go. Note that it won't work on interiors or in combat situations and is totally incapable of harming your enemies.
Final area against my primary instrument panel. I might vibrate at a soothing frequency.
Okay. What's some things we don't need? Like the 2 layers. Mobius scrubs. Let's see if I can use those fission batteries. Isn't there an option? Fission battery. Oh, fission battery to SCC. We're not ready for that yet. Where are all my fission batteries at? Is that it? I thought I had a bunch of those suckers. I need the drained energy cells. That explains a lot. Because SCC stands for small energy cell. Did I not take out the fusion batteries? Or fission batteries. My bad. You know what? For now, I'm not going to question. That's simple. $6 instead of 15. Right, I'm inside.
Starting combat. Just kidding.
So this is all now my domain. But for now, we have to return to the Mojave. You know, before we left there, I probably should have seen what our stealth suit was looking like, which is not in great shape. But not in terrible either, so it'll work for now. Okay, what have we got going on for quests? Let's see if we can't actually manage to make Oh My Papa finish. Is that all that's left?
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
My custom marker is still up, which means we know the general direction of the big empty. Oh, it just popped it here randomly.
Bad guys dealt with.
Random ass bark scorpion. Pretty sure we killed everything out here, but the old saying goes, one cannot be too careful.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
So nice to know we can just nail rad scorpions without...
Time to fight.
Really? Major issue.
Dealt with.
To be honest, the slow motion thing is almost a problem.
Ready, steady, fighty.
Can't believe I missed that.
Uh-oh.
Where is it? Was it a glitch or... Nope.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Just a little bastard. Of course, we are a lot more powerful now than we were when we left the Mojave. No, 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 no. Invisible walls. Damn it. How am I supposed to get to this person? Very frustrating, very frustrating. Okay, so obviously I can't get to her for whatever reason. So, maybe the Abba Dabba honeymoon? Let's go to Sniper's Nest and see what we can find. Which I have to admit, it's a really good Sniper's Nest.
Starting combat. Just kidding.
You fucker. Oh dear. So how does one manage this without dying? We're gonna do this. Ow. I wonder what would happen if someone just like screamed out around here, "Hey you, Kaisar's a dick."
Evening. Please, help me.
You Anders?
Thank God. Let me down, please.
I'll get you down.
Thanks for getting me down from that cross. I owe you one.
Jack and Diane sent me to look for you.
They did? Probably mostly Jack's idea. He always was the soft touch. Thanks. You've saved my life and done the Great Khans a huge favor. I'll be heading back to Red Rock Canyon now. Maybe we'll see each other there.
I have a few questions.
Okay, but keep it quick. I'd like to get out of here before the Legionnaires come to check on me.
Who did this to you?
A Legion patrol caught me trying to cross the river. When they found the, package I was carrying, they strung me up there.
Smuggling drugs?
Well, not exactly. More like trying to expand our markets. I heard there was a lot of untapped territory down south, but the Legion caught me.
Bye.
So long.
I actually like the Great Khans. Yeah, I forgot. Long distance, gotta be able to drink. Am I also hungry, or? No, we're fine. All that cave fungus. And chems. You know what? We actually haven't had to deal with these things in a while. So we'll wait. Damn it. Come on. Are these folks just lazy, or it's like 9 o'clock? What time is it? Yeah, it's almost 10 a.m. Come on, guys, get up. Finally, it looks like he's awake. I think that's Jack. No.
Soon, Caesar will send in his best troops from the Arizona campaign. The NCR won't know what hit them.
Okay, we'll finish that later. Let's talk to the followers of the apocalypse. Oh, that's why. Try to clean up some stuff that we left decidedly uncleaned up when we left. That being said, my 10 mil should do wonders here.
Cut it out, will ya?
Time to fight.
Whoops.
That's all.
Sorry, I don't take kindly to assault. Definitely not on the innocent, and even less so on my friends.
See you.
You know what?
Thanks, mister.
There, I got him a meal. That is my good deed for the day. Pretty sure this is where we're going.
Good day. Howdy.
So, who are you?
I've been around a while. Currently working for the followers as a gun for hire. But it's getting rather dull. Aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply shipments, there isn't much to do around here. The one researcher I liked, who I could chat up about liquor, got transferred. And the rest of the docs are pretty uptight about my kind of fun.
What are you doing with the followers?
I joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, the pay's all right, but they won't let me kick back and slog a brew at the end of the day. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I say their rehab effort here is just a revolving door.
You've seen a lot over the years.
I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. Physical and mental anguish are especially exciting to explore.
That's a bit cryptic, Beatrix.
Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeal every once in a while?
Let's talk about something else.
What do you have in mind?
Any advice?
Longing makes the heart grow fonder. But I've always been a fan of hog-tying my lovers to make sure they can't escape. Till next time.
I don't need to know any of that. This is the person.
Are you here to drop off medical supplies? Leave them with the rest in the middle of the courtyard.
I met a kid who's unsatisfied with his life in the Great Khans. Will you take him on as a follower?
We're always looking for new members. Does he have any particular talent?
He's obviously a bright, sensitive soul, and he loves literature.
Excellent. Ezekiel's been after me to find him a new assistant for ages. Tell the boy we'll take him.
Bye-bye.
Hello. The gun runners ought to help the followers by donating some of the flower power.
You're my best friend forever.
That's good to know. To Red Rock Canyon with us. Jay, I don't even want to know. Because I'm assuming you mean the ghoul. That's a drop. Down we go. Oh, damn, that was lethal damage. Wow. Wow. Okay, so this is much closer to real life and a lot less World of Warcraft. Damn. Not that I didn't deserve it, but damn. Still getting used to being back in the Mojave, you know?
Silver what? Silver eyes? No, eyes doesn't rhyme. Oh, look, it's the conformist tool.
Yuck foo. The followers have agreed to take you on as a member. Head to the Old Mormon Fort.
They did? Oh, that's great. Thank you. I'm out of this crummy camp.
Later. You emo thing. Okay, I don't know how to complete Oh My Papa, which kind of irritates me, but it is what it is. I think what we're going to do is we're going to work on side bets when we come back. But we really are coming up against our hard cap, so I think we're going to call it here. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share. Oh, hang on. Let's like jump in here for a minute. Can I do anything in here? No. Well, that sucks.
Still got a bit of a walk ahead of us. Talk fast.
Dude, you're in your own camp.
Yeah? On what?
Why'd Benny betray you?
He's a snake, that's why. He owed us the rest of the pay for the job, so maybe he didn't want to pay up.
Platinum chip?
It's just a big fancy poker chip as far as I know. Don't know why anyone would make one out of platinum, though.
What about Benny? Who's already dead, by the way.
He's one of the chairmen, big shots that run the Tops Casino in New Vegas. A friend from the city contacted me with info on a big job. I should have known that the caps were too good to be true, but there was still no way I could pass up the chance.
That's fair.
Fine. Yeah, go on.
That's one deficiency here, is the fact that their dialogue choices don't change once you actually complete it.
I'm so much happier now. Thank you again.
Dude, you're not even walking the right direction. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to reconnoiter and figure out where the hell we are. You know what? Before we do, let's see if the two druggies are back here still.
Papa says cut off the head and the snake will die. I guess the chairman's days are numbered.
Boy, ain't that the truth.
Hey, look who it is bringing that good con karma around.
Anders told me what happened. We owe you one for rescuing him. Tell you what, I can give you caps as a thank you or a special recipe Jack cooked up.
Recipe?
Here you go. Enjoy it. With Anders out of commission for so long, we're short-handed on runners, and some backlogs have piled up. We've got an associate in the Crimson Caravan Trading Company who distributes for us in out of Vegas. He's been after us for a new shipment.
Okay.
Great. Here's the package. Your contact is Don Hostetler at the Crimson Caravan. Come back and see me when you're done.
Mildly suspicious package. That's hilarious. Okay, guys. That's it for me tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. As always, thank you for the support, and we'll see you in the next one.